action.
If you want the best of my heart, you just gotta see the good in me.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ziyanda Khumalo, for those who don't know me. Oh Lord, I don't know why I just did that. But anyway, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm gonna do a story time with you guys. How I was used by a man to get himself a car. So grab a drink, get a chair, honey. Get comfortable even. Just sit on the bed. Get something spicy. Get some drink. I get to be South Africa cause Uncle Ramaphosa said with immediate effect. So if you have any drink, cause I guess I'm a daughter. I'm a fan of the guys. Hi, Lalindime, South Africa. Hello, this is my drink. Anyway, I hope the lighting is good. Oh, Jesus. Let me just do this a bit. How are you loving my natural hair, though? And this is as far as my natural hair could grow. Like, let me tell you something. After this, I've got the habit of just shaving it all off. But anyway, asikho lapho. Listen, I once dated a guy who used me. Like women, you know those women who uses their men to get money to buy things for themselves. I'm a slave queens or whatever. Not slave queens, no. What am I saying to people? Anyway, that guy came. Yeah, he used me. Let me take another sip. Cause son. By the way, let me hook you out. This drink over here, it's not a fancy drink. As you can see, there's sugar underneath here. I don't know if you can see. There's just sugar and there's water. It's actually umbubudla that went to private school, okay? Because it's got some lemon and ice in it. There's no gin. There's no alcohol. It's just water, sugar, and just lemon. Now I'm talking too much. Anyway, so I met a guy when I was working at the mining company, the steel company that I worked in after high school. So after high school, I got a learnership. So I worked in a where I did my learnership in a sort of like a steel company where they produce steel for certain companies or for certain people. Right. So you see those places like the mining companies, the steel companies are just far away from where we're residing, or maybe where our homes are built, just because of pollution. So to get a transport to get there, it's a mission. So I'm a new person there. I just started there. I don't have a transport. There are no taxis that goes in that side. So, and I just started a night shift. I just came back from a night shift, and the same guy, and that guy also the guy that who used me, or Mr. Car, or Mr. Polo Vivo. Let me call him Mr. Polo Vivo. Sorry. So that guy came was also coming from his shift, from his night shift as well. But we come from a different like section or department. He was a contractor and I was in leadership. So you know when someone is a contractor in their company by their uniform. But because I was new, I didn't know at that time. All right, sharp. So on my way to the gate to get a transport to take me to where I'm gonna get taxis, I caught up with him driving. He was driving a Polo, but not a Polo Vivo, another Polo. I don't know what Polo it is. I know Polo Vivo because it's the car that he wanted, right? Anyway, I met up with the guy, so he gave me a lift in intentions of giving me a lift to get where I will get taxis to go home. And we started chatting, and we chatting how was work, how was night shift, and you know those stories, sharp. So we kept on chatting and chatting and chatting in such a way that our conversation was just flowing. So he offered me to drop me off at home. I was like, okay, cool. Drop me off at home, gonna save me money. What about I was like, all right. By the way, he said he was going that side later on the day. He just wanted to take a nap or just sleep before going to that place, which was close by my place. Anyway, he dropped me off. We exchanged numbers. And sisejola-ke manje, sisejola, we end the mission. All right. So I get okay, yeah, we're joining. So he will fetch me from home to work because we were on the same shift and that week, all that week. And the following week it was my payday. Right. Okay. I was getting paid on the 25th and he was getting paid on the last day of the month. Anyway, me and no guy here, we vibing, money. We are jolling. We are this. We are kissing. We are that. He fetches me from home to work, from work to home. Kumnandi nje uyabona nje izinto honeymoon states silapho right nje. And it was saving me a lot of money because I normally take like two like there is a car from the gate to get from the gate from work to get a taxi, any car actually from their company that I work in, not the company car, but people who work there, they will give me a lift, but I will still have to pay them. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Anyway, so it was saving me lots of money because I was paying double to and from. Anyway, so I was vibing with Jolly. So this other time, I went because they are coming from another company, so they would have to find their place. Like they would have like to rent a room or maybe a flat or maybe anything, a house, depending on the ching ching. Because with that contract they had, it was a 6-month contract if I'm correct. Yes, it was a 6-month contract. And they were there to do a shutdown. When there is a shutdown in a certain company, like a mining company, it's basically mean that those people, they hire just a contract in such a way that they will be cleaning or fixing other machines that we use or equipment that we use in a company to produce something in that company. Anyway, so he was one of those people. So sharp again. So I went to visit the guys in Sudambafanas. Alright. So he was renting a room. So I was like, why don't you have a hangout? Like, I'm just waiting for month end. So I will buy it because this is my first job. And this car that I'm driving, actually, it's my brother's car, actually, my oldest brother's car. So since I got the job, since he was not using this car, he said I must take it. So I was like, okay, sure. I was like, babe, since when you get paid before me, can you just, because there are available things that are here and anybody could get here and store my things. Since when you get paid before me, can you please buy me a door handle? I was like, okay, sure. I'm gonna buy you a door handle, honey. Do not worry. Plus, I'm saving a lot of money since I don't have to pay for transport anymore. I was like, all right, sharp. Come the payday, I buy the door handle, I hand it to him, and he was happy. He fixed the door, whatever. I don't know why the landlord wasn't fixing the door. I never asked. I didn't even ask the landlord. But anyway, it went on for the next month. We keep on like vibing, going out together, dating each other. Homonat, iwabona nje chom. Homonat, rajola. And the next time I visited the guy, and he told me how he doesn't like his what do you call this, bedding. He doesn't like his bedding, he doesn't like his shirts because now they are too bright for him. He can't come back to work and just wash it every day because he works with oil, so he gets dirty easy. So this is where the first thing that he does is just throw himself on top of the bed, so it's get dirty easily. So maybe he should like get another new bedding. I was like, "Ah, okay, you should do that, honey. Don't worry. Uyahola Musi, you're gonna buy yourself this." And he was like, babe, I thought you're gonna buy me one. Please buy me one. And I was like, honey, relax. I got you. And I did. Lalel, I bought 2 beddings for the guy. Koshit streets. And he was delighted. He's like, oh, honey, you love me. And I didn't know that the guy is only noticing that maybe I earn big money. Trust me. It was only just 2,500 rand that I was earning. 2,500 rand. On top of that, I'm a mother. And I was the only one who was working at the time. My brother was staying in Joburg at the time, but he was not working that much. He would like get some piece job. There's only 2 of us on my mother's side, so it was only me and him. So it was me. Everything just nje ibheke mina ngedwa. But I managed to buy a man bedding, a door handle. That's just it, which is 2,500 rand that I make in a monthly basis. But that's another story for another day. Anyway, on my savings, he said, oh, by the way, babe, how much do you earn? I was like, it's just 2.5. And if I'm lucky, and if I made like more shifts, like especially night shifts, just pay double. So if I'm lucky, I make like 3,500 rand. That was him checking me. How much actually do I make? How much do I earn in the company? Mind you, contractors earn more than us. Leadership people. Another sleep. At that time, he asked me that his electricity had a problem, and I should buy him like side lamps, and he needs them. And I saw the necessity that he needs them. He convinced me so much that he needs them, and I bought them with my savings on the same month that I bought like 2 of the bedding for him. All right, it goes well with the bedding, and he needs it. My baby needed those side lamps. I don't have them. Isibindi enginaso esasinamathamba, I bought it for a man. 2 side lamps. Kadireka kadibea kumbedong. On the sides of the bed. Lalela. After lapho, months went on, man. Months went on. And mind you, those were not only things that I bought him. Just saying. Just saying. Those were not only the things that I bought him. I also bought the guy isn't also kids. I also bought the guy like little things like socks. I also bought a guy like little things like belts. Ukuthi imali yakhe uyenzani? I didn't know, but I did it. I did it out of my own pockets because thola lift akere. Unkisa komberekong akere. He takes me to work. He fetches me from work. He makes sure that I'm safely at home without me paying for petrol, paying for something for his car. That's how I pay him. All right. On top of it all, he was a gentleman enough that he didn't want to have sex with me. He never nje ukuthi ufuna ukuthi sibe intimate noma nje yabo show those signs. He never liked that person. I was okay with it. He was okay with it. He was just that guy. Ongibatlang tšhelete fela, ongibatlang dilo tsa ko ntlong fela. Wa bona hore ke mo. So, Ari, ish, it's king. You know what? My car has problems, and my brother now is not working, so I can't keep on asking him money to fix a car that he genuinely offered me to use it while I'm here at work, so I wouldn't have like problems with transport since this is not my hometown and everything like that. I need to fix a car. I was like, oh shame, babe, you should fix a car. And I was so genuinely hurt because also if the car breaks down, now I have to get back to taxis, you know. So I was like, oh shame, babe, you should fix a car. What do you need for a car? I was like, Dilo. It was counting and counting and counting. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm sure you're gonna manage with it. Since when you did mechanical engineering, so you know things about cars. Like, Vela, I know things about cars. So yeah, I'm gonna negotiate with people, and I know the mechanics gonna rob me or something. It's like, okay, sure, fine. Don't worry. As long the car is not broken yet, so we'll still have like few weeks to get paid and do something for your car and fix your car. It's like, all right, baby, it's okay. And we discussed it like sharp. That is the 5th month, and on the 6th month he will be leaving and going back home. Sharp. So after that, he said one day, ish, baby, as I'm thinking of taking out a loan. I'm thinking of taking out a loan. I need to fix this car before I go home. Can you do me a favor? And since when you are on leadership and you are hired by a big company, so it's gonna be easy for you to take out a loan, to apply for a loan. And he said I just check if I do qualify for a loan, and if I qualify, can I do him a favor to take out that loan so he could fix his car? He will pay me so I could pay the bank back the loan. Nuggetsang, okay, honey, I'm gonna get you a loan. I'm gonna apply. I'm just gonna check if I qualify, which I doubt I'm gonna qualify because I'm on leadership. So the following day, he wasn't working. Oh, he was working. I wasn't working. So I quickly my friends were going to town, so I was like, let me just go with them. And while we were there, one of my friends was opening an account in that bank, Capitec Bank. I went to Capitec Bank. And I was like, since I'm here, let me try and let me shake. Give it out check a fail. let me just check, let me check if I do qualify for a loan. And if I do qualify for a loan, then my man is sorted. There's no problem. We're gonna fix the car. Because I did qualify for that loan. Mind you, Capitec was new at that time, so they were giving loans like this. If you earn more than 2.5, you get a 6-month pay slip. You qualify, honey. And I did qualify. Lalela for 11,000 rand. And I phoned my honey. I was like, honey, I qualify for a loan. Listen, let's fix the car. Honey, no, baby, as I thought about it, it wouldn't be wise for me to fix a car which is not mine. And let's rather buy a new car. I was like, great idea, honey. 5 months in a relationship, and already I want to buy a man a car. That was me. I was so in love. I loved that guy. That's not the worst part though. The worst part, he said, but honey, that's money is just too little for us to buy a car. Go to another bank and see if you qualify for another 10,000. I know people who knows people who's gonna sell me a cheaper car, so we can just deposit that money. Deposit that money for our car. At least 20,000 would be enough. I did go to the bank. Kaya go African bank. Ka kopa loan. Bare I'm supposed to car. Bare as ba qualify ka re tlisang tšhelete mo lona. Ke batla go reka koloi nna. Honey, Lalel. I phoned my honey. He was like, babe, that's it. I qualified. Ke na le 20 gona no. Ke na le 21,000 rands gona no. Listen, kaya ko wimpi ka re di beganyana. I did the ribs for my kid, for my baby, because I had one child at that time. I bought ribs for my mom. I bought something for my mom. I bought myself a nice things, just small things. Like, I'm gonna be a car owner. Me and my honey gonna be a car owners. I don't have a driver's license. I don't have a learner's license. Umuntu onalento. It's the guy, and I'm willing to do it for him. Sharp. I went back home. I was supposed to meet Uhani on that day, but unfortunately he had to work double shifts, so he was gonna knock off the following day in the morning at 5 a.m. I went at home and I told my mom that Asia's these days I'm not like struggling with transport and everything, and she was like, how come? Because now I've noticed was when you're not struggling with transport these days. And I like normally my mom, if I'm doing like morning shift, because if I was doing morning shift, I had to wake up at 3 and leave at least at 3:30, and then at 4:30 I need to be at work. No magandan, I need to be 30 minutes earlier at work, because that counts as well. It's gonna get me more money. Anyway, my mom also noticed that my mom also noticed that I wasn't doing that anymore. She was not like I'm gonna taxi or get people who are also going to work at that time, because it could happen that I would get a car who is just going straight to work, And I told her, like, you can I boyfriend, can I boyfriend, and he has a car and he's willing to take me there anytime. He was like, okay, sharp, but be careful. I was like, hi, mom, don't worry, man. I'm old now. I've learned my lessons. Plus, now I'm a mother and I've got a lot of things to think about. Anyway, and my mom told me, why can't you do your learner's license? And we could get a car. Since I've got a driver's license, we could get a car, and then while you have your learner's license, you will also be trying to get your driver's license. In the meantime, we could get a car so I could drive you from home to work, and work from work to home. I'm like, actually, that is a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Mind you, I've got a 20 stina in the bank because I chowed the 1,000 rand. Because remember, at Capitec I got 11,000 rand, and then at African Bank I got like a 10,000 rand. Sean, I've got 20 stin. I slept on it, and I was like, should I buy a boyfriend a car, or should I buy my mom a car? Obvious. Obvious, I'm gonna buy it for my mom. The next morning, honey came around about 6 o'clock, and I was a weekend off because it was Friday that day. I was weekend off. It was Saturday because on Friday I went to the bank, and then Saturday he came and he said, honey, I'm outside. We should like go to the people because they live far from here, to make those arrangements for a car, to buy a Polo Vivo, because the Polo Vivo at that time was the car. Mind you, VW cars are not cheap. Right. A Polo Vivo at that time was really, really, really expensive. I don't know who he knew that could have sold him a car, a Polo Vivo at that time, because it was like the it car. But yeah, okay, bega khona umuntu amaziyo. I was like, honey, no, change of plans. I'm not going there. I'm taking back the money to the bank, and other than that, I can buy myself a car than to buy it for you. I mean, come on, doesn't make sense. Akwata, honey, I said no. But we had an agreement. I'm gonna pay you the money. You promised me. Wara. How could you do this to me after everything I have done for you, picking you here and driving you to work, all that and all that? I'm like, dude, if you could have just said so, because I also did things for you. Wena usebenza ukhona. Like, no, but I'm the man. You should do those things. As men, don't buy ourselves those things. You can't tell me about side lamps. Those are cheap things. I'm like, all right, honey. If you thought that those things were cheap, why didn't you buy it yourself? It was like, you know what? I'm keep your money, and yeah. Vele nina amantombazane la eNewcastle nje, you use man, ngithanda kabi amadoda ahamba ngeyimoto enani. That's right, sharp honey, tsamaya, go back from where you came from. On come Monday, it was my time to go back to work. Honey didn't come to fetch me. Honey was never seen ever again. Mind you, the following month was gonna be his last month, cause he had like a 6-month contract. So Nahana fell. Nahan, he was going to leave, and I wasn't going. He was not going to pay the money. Two, I don't know where he is originally from. Three, another thing that I didn't tell you. If you are in my culture, if you are Zulu culture, I don't know if the Sutus and the Tswanas, but I know with the Indians they do that. Um, Something also I didn't know that, oh honey, me and Honey share the same surname. He was also a Kumal. So I dated a guy for almost 6 months who was mostly like my brother. I met up with one of his friends. Ouch. I've been sitting in one position for a long time. And so I met up with one of his friends, and he was like, how Upalaviv manje uhambile without telling you. Why would he live like that? Like uhambile. I didn't know that. But yeah, uhambile Upalavivo. They told me how nginesibindi ngakhona, because I was dating a guy who uses women like kak, lalela, like kak. Story of my life. But anyway, guys, be careful of the signs, because it starts a little thing. It starts with a little thing. Because firstly it was a hangle, then it was a bedding, then it burns to a side lens, and then in just small things, huh? Bashiman, that's what she said. Let us ban those people. We will survive, guys. We will survive. We will make a plan. Us women together, we'll make a plan. We're gonna survive without men. Galibot, we're gonna survive. Asibashiseni. Asibashiseni. Abafana, the boys, the men, the guys, let's ban them, guys. But anyway, that's the end of my story. How I was used to buy a car, a Polo Vivo for a man. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please press a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and comment. And if you're willing to share a story, or if you experience something like this before, please don't be ashamed to leave a guy because you are benefiting something from them. No, leave, honey, before you find yourself buying a car, guys. That was big. Imagine I almost bought a car for a guy. At my age, I was 19 years old. Yeah, guys, bye bye. Love you. Don't forget to subscribe, guys.
This ain't